That high-stakes meeting is happening in Washington as President Biden calls for a national gas tax holiday to try and ease the prices at the pump. White House officials are set to meet with oil execs to try and find a solution to lowering surging gas prices.
And meanwhile, as inflation continues to rise, 229,000 Americans filed for unemployment last week, according to the Labor Department. That's about a couple thousand less compared to the previous week. Job market remains resilient and strong in the face of these rising interest rates and inflation. So for more on this, let's bring in ABC News business reporter Alexis Christoforous. Alexis, that is interesting. The president keeps coming back to it, that the job market's strong, wages are rising, and maybe these inflation rates people aren't feeling them as severely as they would in other circumstances. Do you think that's the case, or is the president just kind of whistling past the graveyard on this one?
Well, I think if you look at today's numbers on unemployment benefits, it shows just how tight this labor market is, and businesses continuing to have to be very competitive when it comes to finding skilled workers. We still have about 2 job openings for every 1 person who's out there looking for a job. So certainly we would have to see those unemployment benefit claims rise in a substantial way to sort of bring down wage inflation. And there's an argument to be made to say, you know what, maybe we don't fall into a recession, mainly because we do have such a strong job market right now.
All right, so this meeting with oil execs. Look, we've heard the president many times in the past put pressure on oil execs, saying, do the right thing, give us some of the profits, work with us. Is today going to make a difference? Are these oil execs really going to budge?
Well, I think they're going in sort of with a conciliatory tone, if you will. I mean, President Biden just last week said that ExxonMobil is making more money than God. ExxonMobil did earn $1.4 billion in the first 3 months of this year. Sort of hard to wrap your head around it. So Biden is asking oil companies to increase their refining capacity and to also pass every penny of their savings from his proposed gas tax holiday on to consumers. Of course, we know that holiday faces an uphill battle in Congress. But in a public letter this week to the president, Chevron CEO Mike Wirth said that Biden has, quote, largely sought to criticize and at times vilify our industry. So you can bet the oil companies are going to ask for what they are calling clear and consistent energy policies from the Biden administration, including the ability for them to drill more oil.
All right, and finally, this sense of a gas tax holiday, that's what he's asking for as well. We talked about this. It may be a dead letter in the Congress. It doesn't look like Biden has much juice there on this issue at all, even with members of his own party. But would it really help?
I've been talking to a number of economists who say it will help in the short term, but overall, the amount that drivers are going to save is going to be very small, and the relief will be fleeting. And actually, in some ways, it could be self-defeating. Take a listen to what one economist from Ernst & Young had to tell me today.
About $30 to $40 per household over a 3-month period. But importantly, a gas tax holiday would likely incentivize greater demand. And we know that strong demand for gasoline is one of the factors that is driving gasoline prices higher. So that policy may itself be self-defeating.
And, I also want to mention a number of states, including Maryland and New York, temporarily suspended their state gas taxes for a little while this year. President Biden asking all states to do that. But I can tell you prices in those states dropped initially, but spiked even higher once the suspension was over.
Not much of a solution there.
Right. Alexis Christoforous, thanks so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.